Hi you guys, so today we're going to be doing another first impressions review video, and we are going to be trying out the CoverGirl Plus Olay Facelift Effect Foundation and the CoverGirl Plus Olay Depuffer Concealer. So we'll start out with the foundation. Price-wise, it is a little pricey. I got mine for $12.99 at Harmon's, but I do know that some other places carry it for like $17, $18, which is pretty up there, especially for a drugstore foundation. It is available in only 4 different shades, so that's another thing. You're pretty limited. I got mine in medium, which is the darkest shade. It comes in fair, light medium, and medium. So it says fine line and wrinkle coverage for an instant facelift effect and firmer looking skin. Now it is in a jar, so it's a little bit different, and I'm assuming it's because of like the Olay, the skincare ingredients that are in here. It probably works best in a jar. Not sure how I feel about that for foundation, because you know, you open it, you expose it, bacteria can get in there, but we'll take a look because it might be good. Ooh. So this is what it looks like. It looks really thick, and I'm just gonna use whatever is on this little So it does go on pretty wet feeling. I honestly don't think I like applying this with the brush. I might apply the other half with my fingertips. It has pretty decent coverage. This is half with it, this is without. I'm going to apply the other half with my fingertips because I don't think I like using the brush. Yeah, so I definitely would say to use your fingertips to apply this. It does go on a lot more easily when applying it this way. It blends out really nicely. The coverage is there. Your skin does feel really nice with this though. When I do my first impressions, I don't use any primer and I do not set the foundation. That way we get like a really true look on how the foundation works. So for something that's supposed to be good for the skin, it really doesn't look like the texture of it looks better. Hopefully that changes as it sets, but as of now, the texture of my skin does not look any better than it did without foundation. Now moving on to the concealer. It's meant to go under the eye. Not all concealers are meant to go under the eye, and that's what I like to use my concealer for. I got it in light medium. I believe that there are 6 different shades: fair, fair light, light medium, medium, and medium deep. So it has a metal tip that is supposed to depuff the under eye area. It says cooling tip massages in concealer to help eliminate the look of puffy eyes and dark circles. Squeeze small amount of concealer and glide applicator back and forth under each eye for 30 seconds. I'm going to apply it like it's directed. I don't think I'm gonna do it for 30 seconds because that seems a little excessive for me. This is what it looks like. The metal tip definitely is cooling. So hopefully that'll help because I mean, I didn't sleep much last night. And I'm just gonna use a brush to blend that out because doing it just with the applicator is not really working for me. So I mean, I do like how the metal tip felt under my eyes. It definitely did have like a nice cooling sensation. Hopefully that depuffed my eyes a little bit. It does look like it will be creasing, but we will write it out and see. Also, the price for this, I believe, is $9.99. So these are a little bit up there for a drugstore brand. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face makeup. It is 9:04 right now. I'm going to run out and let you guys know what I think. Okay, you guys, so it is now about to be 8 o'clock. It's about to be 8 o'clock. It's however many hours later. Really late at night, and I don't have natural lighting, so I'm sorry if the lighting's off, but it has been a long day. There are a couple of pros and a couple of cons with each of the products, so I did want to start out with the foundation. First of all, my face right now is pretty reflective. It's definitely not as reflective as I thought it was going to be though. I did think because of the skincare product that is in with the foundation, I thought my face was gonna be a disgusting grease ball. I do have reflection. My blush did stay on pretty nicely. I'm looking in the mirror and it did stay on pretty nicely. I don't know if you can tell on camera. As far as what I wasn't crazy about is I really don't like the fact that it did apply better using your hands, using your fingertips. I don't want to have to be touching my face if I don't have to, especially because then the foundation like stays on your hands and it's like, I don't want that. I went to go wash my hands, but before that it's like walking around with foundation on your hands. You really don't want to touch anything. So I didn't like that. I didn't like that it was in this jar because I can see it clearly getting messy later on. I wish they had a better color selection. Luckily, the medium wasn't that far off for me. In different lightings also though throughout the day, it almost oxidized a little bit and it definitely did favor those pink tones. So it was definitely more of like for people with cooler skin tones, and I do have more of those warm golden tones. So I wish the tone was a little different, but again, because it didn't have a large color selection, it wasn't that far off. I can see it being a little bit tricky to find your exact shade. I don't like the fact that it's not a pump and that it is a jar, especially if you're putting your fingers in and everything. You know, you're gonna be spreading bacteria, and if you do keep this open like between layers, you know that the air is gonna go in there. And because I did notice a little bit of the oxidation, I don't know how that's gonna affect the foundation in general. And I didn't mention this earlier, but it does come with 30 mils or 1 fluid ounce, which is like standard for foundation. Another thing I didn't like is the price. It is pretty pricey for a drugstore. I get that it does have the technology of the Olay in with the CoverGirl foundation, but that's kind of pricey. You want to spend that much on a drugstore foundation? I don't know. As far as the things I did like, I do like that it is supposed to be good for your skin. I do like the fact that it is buildable, so you definitely can layer it on and get more of that full coverage look. I did notice that I did see like my fine lines right here a little bit more, so that kind of like scares me a little bit, especially because, you know, the audience that this is targeted to is those that are a little bit more mature, a little bit older, and that their skin maybe needs a little bit more of that anti-aging. So if you do have wrinkles and stuff like that, is it going to settle into those wrinkles and enhance them? Because I did notice this ridge over here, but again, that could be from the reflection that I'm seeing it a little bit more. I feel like it really didn't move out of place, which I was impressed by because I thought it was going to be completely gone, but it's not. And that's that I didn't set it or anything. It's definitely something that those with oily skin do have to be careful with. I do have combination skin in general, so it is dry, but it is oily, but I feel like for the winter months, probably going to be a good foundation for me. Moving on to the concealer. I had really high hopes for this. I didn't like the applicator, but I did like it at the same time. I'm really not a fan of applying the concealer just like directly like that, but in order for it to get the anti-puffiness result, you do have to apply it in that manner. I did think was definitely more of those cooler and pink toned, which is not flattering on me, especially under my eyes. It's hard for me to tell if it creased or not because it's hard for me to tell if it's actually still on or not. I did like how the metal tip did feel against my under eye because I definitely did feel that cooling sensation, which would probably help out with the puffiness, right? I'm assuming that this does have some of that anti-aging because it is CoverGirl plus Olay, so hopefully that would be good for under the eye. Is it one of my favorite concealers? No. Do I hate it? No. After all these hours of wearing this throughout the day, I'm not too upset with what my face looks like right now. The camera might be telling you guys something different, but what I see in the mirror, it's not that bad. I did have higher hopes for the concealer, so I can't say that this is a no, and I can't say that it's a complete go. For right now, it's like in the middle. I don't know if that's helpful to you guys. The foundation, I do like it. I do. I think it's definitely more for those with drier skin. So I'm hoping that I'll get a little bit more use out of this in the winter. Overall, these two products, I don't hate them. Kind of like them. So for me, I'll say that they're a go. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comment section down below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And as always, be sure to stay happy, you guys.